Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey guys, I cannot believe it, but this is podcast episode number 1 of Do Life Big. I am so pumped to be here with you today, and I hope that you guys leave this episode feeling really inspired and motivated to take action in some way. So let's just dive in here. I really wanted to start this first episode talking about this idea of settling in any area of your life, and not just settling, but being totally okay with that. You know what I mean? Like living the mediocre life, being really aware that you're settling and things are just okay, or things are fine. You're just sort of going through the motions on autopilot. You know what I mean? But like deep down, you know that things could be better, but things are also not necessarily bad right now. So they're not great, but they're not bad. They're just all right. So you just keep on doing the same thing that you're doing because it's comfortable and it's what you know. You're familiar with it, and new can be scary. I totally get that. I have lived it, been there, done that. But guys, life is way too short to be living like this. It is way too short. Things in your life should be freaking awesome. You should have excitement and energy and be like pumped about something in your life right now. So when did we decide that it was okay to settle with something? Whether it's with a job, a relationship, place where we live, a friendship we have. I mean, this list could go on and on, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure we can all relate. When did we decide that our inner happiness and fulfillment doesn't really matter and should be put on the back burner? That it's okay to make our decisions based on what we think others will say and think about it. That it's okay to let our fear control our life. No way, guys. We cannot let fear take over and become the driver in the car of our life. We cannot give that power and that control away. We have got to break these chains of being connected to things that aren't really serving us and stop pushing our dreams and things that we really want to do deep down on the back burner. The clock is ticking. I know this might sound tough, guys. I know. But you've got to muster up that courage. No one else is going to make these changes for you. And I know that you have it inside of you to make these changes that you really want to make. I know that first little step is always the hardest, for sure. For sure. Actually making the decision to make that change and taking that first baby step of an action is super, super duper hard. But I know it gets easier and easier after that first step. And I know that because I've lived it. And I still live it today in the way that I live my life now. You don't have to revamp your entire life by any means all at once. That's not what I'm saying. But just take those baby steps, those small little tweaks and changes that you can make right now. Not a month from now, not a year from now, not 10 years from now, right now. So I want you to think, what is that one thing that you've been dying to try or do, but you keep pushing it off? You've told yourself every single excuse in the book as to why you can't do it now, or why you have to wait, why now isn't the right time. You've thought of every situation of what this person will say or think when you do it. But honestly, who cares what others think about how you choose to live your life, right? It's your life. Don't give someone else power like that over your life. You don't want to look back and have regrets. We definitely don't want to have that. So just decide to freaking go for it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Your happiness and your fulfillment is really what's at stake here. And you've got to believe and you've got to know that you are worthy and you are deserving of these desires that you have. And not 10 years from today. I'm talking about right now. Like you are worthy and deserving of this today, in this moment. And the last thing we want is to go through life and look back with regret and say, oh, I wish that I had done this, or I wish that I had tried this, or I wish that I had just gone back to college and gotten that degree in this other area, or I wish that I had started that business that I had been dreaming about every single night before I fell asleep at night. We don't want that. There is nothing heavier than the pain of regret. So I'm here right now giving you this extra nudge and push to just get out of your own damn way and stop overthinking and overanalyzing everything and just go for it. Go for it, baby. Take that action. You've got this. I know you've got this. If you don't believe in you and you don't have that belief right now, well, you can count on me to give you the belief that you need. I believe in you. I believe in every single one of you. Pick up the phone and call the person you've been wanting to talk to. Go back to school and get the degree for the career deep down you really want. Start the business you've been dreaming about. Tell that person how you feel, even if it's awkward and uncomfortable. We can all relate to this. Courage. Courage, guys. I know you have it. Confidence. It is there. And the more you take this kind of action in your life, the more in control, happy, and confident you're going to be. You and your energy around you are going to be contagious. People are going to want to be around you. You're going to feel like $1,000,000. I grew up in Massachusetts. I lived there for 35 years. My entire family, every friend, every connection, everything, my whole life I had was there. But when I started my first online business over 8 years ago, it really allowed me to dream again. It really allowed me to break away from that status quo of just things are okay, they could be better, but they're not bad. They're okay. Just keep doing this. Like I believed that that was how you should live. I didn't at that time, almost 10 years ago, know that there was another way, that you could literally be living your best life ever. And that business gave me that flexibility and freedom to really step back and ask myself, what does Kathy really want out of life? Not what is this person going to think when I do this, or what does this person want from me, but what does Kathy really want out of life? Do I really want to live in Massachusetts forever? And the answer was no. Was it scary, guys, thinking about leaving all my family, all my friends, legit everything that was familiar to me up there to move away with my family to a place where I legit knew no one or nothing about? Heck yeah. that was really scary. That was nerve-wracking. That was ballsy. It is. There's no other way to put it. If you've upped and moved away from a place that you've lived in your whole entire life to someplace totally different, not knowing a soul, cheers to you. Because that is ballsy in a good way. But I'm also aware enough to know that on that other side of the fear that I had and those butterflies that I had in my stomach was massive growth and happiness and a confidence that we can all feel within us. And that's where the excitement starts to come into play. Honestly, when you get nervous about something or you start to get like, oh, I'm getting a little anxious, and then your brain tries to trick you. So you can either live in that feeling of anxiety and fear or tell yourself that that feeling that you have is actually excitement. So with every decision and every action that we took while living in Massachusetts to get us closer and closer to living in Florida, I could have chosen to focus on the nerves and all the things that could have gone wrong along the way. I mean, this was like 5.5 years ago now, at the time I'm recording this. From literally listing our house in Massachusetts for sale to renting the pod and watching them load all of our furniture into it and drive off with it, to looking at school systems down here for my children to attend, to looking at homes for sale in Florida. Legit, every single step of the way, I could have said, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stay right here in this comfy and familiar place that you know. Why are you going? It's not that bad here. Things are okay. I could have chosen to let that fear take over my life. I could have listened to that voice and stayed there. But I didn't want that. I wanted to live by the beach. I wanted to be where it was sunny, where it was warm. I wanted palm trees in my backyard. I wanted a pool year round, not just a couple months out of the year. So I chose to focus on that excitement, adventure, and all the great things that would come from this one decision of coming out of my comfort zone and up and moving my family from Massachusetts down to Florida. And literally, now that I've been here for 5.5 years, I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. Like, I cannot even imagine not have making this decision and moving. Like, I cannot imagine living anywhere else now that I'm here. I love it so much. I 100% know that it was the right decision for us. So be careful, because the brain can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, okay? It wants you to stay right where you are. It doesn't want change. It will try to do everything in its power to convince you to not take action and to stay put, to settle, to live the mediocre life. Just keep running on autopilot. Just keep being that hamster on the wheel. Just keep doing what you're doing, even though you know deep down you want more or you want something else. And you believe there's another way. You believe there's a better way. So you have got to challenge that. You've got to dig up that courage and truly believe that on the other side of that decision that you're going to make is going to be some pretty freaking amazing things. I'm telling you, you are going to be blown away with the awesome changes that you have in your life by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit and doing that thing that you've been putting off for so long now. You've got to see the good. Expect only good. Be optimistic about it. Be confident in yourself. Even when you don't really feel it, just be confident in yourself. Psych yourself up. If you're lacking the belief, that's okay. Guess what? I believe in you. I'll be here to give you the belief that you need. I'll be here to give you that little extra nudge and that push to get you out of your comfort zone so you can live your best life. Have confidence in the decisions that you're making. I promise you, you will be okay. I challenge you to take that step. I'm rooting for you. You totally got this. Remember, in case you lose that belief in yourself or don't have it yet, you can count on me. I'll be here. I'll be cheering you on, giving you all the belief that you need and all the inspiration to keep progressing and living that best life that you want, to come out of that comfort zone so that you can look back and you can be like, yeah, I am so proud of me for doing it. I totally did it. And you know what? It just gets easier and easier, and your life just gets better and better and better. So thanks so much for being here, guys. I love you all. I think you're awesome, and I will see you the next time. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.